I opened my calculator app to try and make a phone call just then, so that's the kind of day we're having. Things that are embarrassing but shouldn't be. There's many of them.
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Now this video is going to confirm or at least call into question whether or not I am genuinely unhinged, much like all of the content that I've ever put on the internet. And by extension, it'll call into question whether you're unhinged. So keep that in mind. I did not choose this brain, you chose to watch it. If you're new here, welcome to my low budget shit show. I'm your host, Brienne. Everything is gonna go downhill from here. So strap in, subscribe, press the notification bell while you're at it, because I told you to, okay? Jump on in, don't ask questions. I found myself in a little bit of introspection today, and the human experience is just so inherently humiliating. And I found out just exactly how humiliating when I sat down and made a list of all of the things that are embarrassing but really shouldn't be. And I'm gonna take you on that journey with me today, friends. I did a version of this video on my Instagram and TikTok, obviously a lot shorter. Both are at Brienne Worth if you wanna suss that out. I also have a clothing brand called Riff Supply Co. That's where you can get this crew neck and this hat as well. We've also got other hats, t-shirts, fuck off socks, etc. If that tickles your fancy, all of that will be linked below. Also a big thank you to Surfshark for sponsoring this video, but we'll get back to that in a second. First off, and I think our strongest contender in this list is sitting there while everyone else is singing happy birthday to you. I didn't ask to be born. Walking back from your turn in bowling. This is oh my god, I would rather put a campfire out with my face. This sucks. Bowling as a whole, not a big fan of it. A big fat absolutely not for anyone with social anxiety of any description. The last few seconds of a Zoom call when everyone's like trying to say goodbye politely and then hang up, and it's just, and there's always that little bit of a lag. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I would rather shit in my own hands and clap than ever have to go through that level of mutual suffering ever again. Fumbling around trying to put your money back in your wallet when there's another customer waiting behind you. I can't tell if this one's more stressful or embarrassing, but it is definitely unholy, and I think we can all agree on that. Also, my wallet's been lost since last Wednesday. I have no idea where it is. Anyone's seen it? Let me know. Merging back into your lane after failing to overtake someone. Not a fan, and I will tell you that for free. Getting out of a pool, humiliating. Pretty sure only models and exceptionally hot people can pull this one off. Chasing a ping pong ball, come on, instantly makes everyone unattractive. Imagine Chris Hemsworth, yeah, attractive fella. Now imagine him chasing around a ping pong ball, crouched over, chasing around a little ball that's like lighter than air. No, not even Thor could pull that off. Kristen Stewart. Yeah, and now imagine her chasing a ping pong ball. Well, it'd be kind of cute, but not in a hot way. Moving houses. Why is your microwave on the sidewalk? Embarrassing. Having your phone flashlight on for an extended period of time and not realizing it. Huge ick. Super embarrassing. Very much gives off boomer vibes. Hate it, would rather get a lobotomy, etc. Sneezing. So dramatic, and for what? Like, this is so embarrassing. This video in particular of celebrities lining up for food. It just feels wrong. I don't even want to watch it. Like, Kylie lining up for food. It's just not right. It's not right. It's giving NPC. Why are they lining up like that? I would assume, I would have thought that food would be brought to them. Why are they lining up like it's a family-friendly buffet? I don't feel wrong, very humbling, super embarrassing. Running in a backpack. Running in a goddamn backpack. Running in a backpack. I'll have you know I pulled up on the side of the busiest fucking road possible to run around in a backpack in the rain.
Don't do it. Don't.
I'm thoroughly embarrassed. That was horrible. First of all, the fact that I did that just for your entertainment, like the goddamn video, for the love of God. I may never get laid again. Second of all, what the fuck? This is just, it's spitting in the face of God. It looks unnatural. It is unnatural. It's an evolutionary mistake, and it's embarrassing is what it is. And on that note, we're having a little break to talk about the sponsor of this video, Surfshark. Surfshark is a VPN that helps secure your online internet connection. It encrypts your internet activity so no one can track or steal your data, or data if you're American. It allows you to effectively change your IP address so it looks like your internet connection is coming from another country. And this allows you to unlock overseas streaming libraries, like on Netflix, for example. Australia really draws the short end of the stick when it comes to streaming services of all descriptions. So if you want that good from across, never ever say that again. If you want the good shit from across the pond, Surfshark's your best mate. Also, if you're using unprotected networks like public Wi-Fi, hotel Wi-Fi, airport Wi-Fi, those kind of networks are very unsafe, very easily hacked, and Surfshark helps fix that problem. Surfshark also has a clean web feature that blocks annoying ads and malware. And when you're not loading those ads, you actually save data and boost your internet speeds. If you use my code BriennePass at checkout, you can get 83% off and 3 months for free. And for example, if you chose the middle tier, it works works out to be around $3.15 a month Australian. That plan includes the biggest savings and it's fully refundable for 30 days. So Brienne Pass, or the link in my description, get amongst it, and thanks to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Using an umbrella. Why is this embarrassing? Why is it? I'm just trying to stay dry, but it's humiliating. I'm not sure what being emasculated feels like, but I assume it's fairly similar to having to use an umbrella. Walking up to someone that's just a little bit too far away, and there's that period where you're both just walking. Do we make eye contact? Do I wave? Do we pretend we don't see each other? Do I pull out my phone? Do I go play in traffic? I never know. When a car stops to let you cross the street and you do that weird like half run, half walk thing, it is literally no faster than walking. The only difference is you look like an idiot. Will I continue doing it though? Yes. It's polite. It's just polite. Like, you have to let the car know that you're putting an effort to get across the street as fast as possible because they've stopped for you, even though it is their legal obligation. Why do we do that? Why do we do that? Handing back every item of clothing you just took to the change room. It feels like defeat. How was I bested by fabric when it's really silent and your stomach growls? And growling is an accurate word to describe this. One time I was at a school camp and our whole grade was walking through these caves, and the tour guide at the front was like, okay, everyone be quiet, because you can literally hear the water dropping because everything echoes through these caves. And at that exact moment, my fucking stomach decided to make the most heinous, unholy noise anyone had ever heard. I mentally blocked out everything that happened after that exact moment because I don't want to know. Truly, I have no idea. I couldn't even tell you. You're asking the wrong bitch. Accidentally driving the same route as another driver, and then you feel like they think that you're following them. Even worse when you're driving beside each other at the same speed. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Walking past a group of people that are younger than you. I don't know what the psychology behind this one is, namely teenage girls. Why? I just feel bullied. That's it. That's the tweet. They're not doing a single thing, but I just feel bullied. Waving a bus down, or a taxi for that matter, respectfully, not for me. And there should be financial compensation for anyone who's ever had to do this. Getting hit by a car. Now, this obviously should not be embarrassing, one would think. My housemate was talking with her friends being like, oh, wouldn't it be embarrassing to get hit by a car? Like, it shouldn't be, but it would be. And then not long after that, she got hit by a car. It's not funny. But she got hit by a car and confirmed it is fucking embarrassing. It is most definitely embarrassing. And for what? When you sit in a chair or you move around in a chair and it makes a fart noise and you have to move around and try and recreate that noise so everyone knows that it wasn't you farting. I have gotten these comments on my videos actually quite a few times because my chair is very squeaky. Why don't you do something about it, Brienne? I don't know. Taking a selfie. I've never taken a decent selfie in my life, and I will attribute up to 40% of the blame on the fact that it's just fucking embarrassing. It's too much. And as a follow-up, getting caught taking a selfie. If this ever happens to me, I can only hope and pray that I immediately have an aneurysm and die. Dramatic? I beg to differ. God, walking around trying to find your friends at a bar or a party or really any event for that matter. It really doesn't matter that I'm going to meet my friends. I will still feel like the biggest loser on planet Earth. Having to repeat yourself, a humbling experience, it is. Brings shame upon you and the next 3 generations of your family. Very North Korea with that one. Needing to get an item at a grocery store that someone else is standing in front of. This also applies when you're both just standing there looking at the same shelf. It just feels a little bit too intimate to the point where it is embarrassing. Not a pleasant experience. Being in a 3-way conversation where the other 2 people are having a really good convo and you're also there. Maybe that should be embarrassing. That's probably pretty justified. Walking into any elevator that has other people in it. Across the board. I don't know, small spaces, just not super comfy. When you're on a hike with other people and you have to pretend that you're not completely out of breath. No, not for me, thank you. I'd rather spend a little bit of time in a wood chipper. When you move out of the way for someone, but then they also move out of the way for you, and then you're just stuck doing that little dance that no one likes. No one likes it. Oh, and then both of you have to laugh it off and be like, eh, and then keep going. It's fucked. It's fucked. If I had to explain my proof for why God may have never existed, I'd point to this experience. When someone watches you do something that you are normally very proficient at, but as soon as they're watching you, you just like forget how to use all of your limbs and you just suddenly can't do it anymore. And then it gets weird for the other person because they're like, oh, that was really good. And you're like, no, I swear I can do it. And it's just, this alone should be an argument for the legalization of euthanasia. Opening a fucking birthday card. Top 10 worst experiences, and I don't give a shit what that says about me as a person. When you open it and you have to pretend like you don't see the money in there and you're just very interested in what the card says, even though you don't give a shit and the person writing probably didn't give a shit either. Opening presents at all is pretty embarrassing. Icebreaker exercises in a new classroom. I don't care what your name is, one fun fact about you and your favorite hobby. I don't give a shit. I don't want you to know those things about me. I'm here because I'm in a class. We're all here because we have to be here. And there's always that one kid that tries to crack a joke and it falls flat on its face and it's just uncomfortable for everyone. Straight to hell. straight to hell. I hate it. I'm so glad I haven't had to do that shit in so long. Someone holding the door open for you, but you're just a little bit too far away, and then you have to once again do that weird little run walk thing and you look like a penguin. It's degrading, is what it is. The polite gesture to abject humiliation pipeline is very real. When someone knocks on the door while you're in the toilet and you have to be like, oh, I'm here. My pants are around my ankles. I'm in my most vulnerable state. This is the peak most vulnerable human experience, I'm sure of it. Walking up the stairs in front of someone, plain and simple. Don't really have to explain this one. Keep it light, keep it fresh. Coughing in class, again with the classrooms. One of the many reasons I'm so glad I'll never have to step foot in a classroom again, fingers crossed. And then having to try and hold a cough in because you've used up your socially acceptable allocation of coughs for that time period. It's the goddamn worst. I hate it even now. And the classic saying goodbye to someone and then both of you walking in the same direction. Get it together, man. Just get it together. All of your shit, put it in one spot, have it together and leave it there. Leave it alone. Walk away from it. And that pretty much exhausts the list of things that I've been thinking about today. What that says about me, don't know, don't really care. That's all for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you're new here, I give shout outs at the end of every video to people who are members of my channel. When you become a member, you get to do things like vote on upcoming videos, get a separate section of the channel that's just for members, custom emojis in your name, priority replies to comments, obviously shout outs, all of that good stuff. And the shout out for this video goes to Henry Godson. Thanks for becoming a member of the channel. You'd think in all of these years of me doing YouTube, I'd know how to end a video, but I still don't.